Good evening. The study is all over social media, and some people are saying they believe it, and others are saying they're waiting for more information before they decide. But we went to a local cannabis shop, and we spoke with the doctor tonight.
This is going to be stronger in CBG.
Alex is a bud tender at Exotics in Hollywood, a cannabis shop offering a plethora of popular products.
People have been coming in more for CBD-related products.
There's a possibility even more people will be coming to buy CBD products, following a study out of Oregon State University suggesting cannabis compounds can help prevent the virus that causes COVID-19. The study is sparking reaction. The study was published in the Journal of Nature Products. Researchers say during the study, two compounds, CBG and CBD, commonly found in hemp, bound to the spike proteins found on the virus and blocked them from infecting people. But the cannabis has to be in edible form, not smoked or vaped. The study is considered promising by some, and it's not the first time Alex has heard about a study like this in the shop.
Some people do kind of say often, they're like, oh, I've heard sativa weed helps prevent COVID.
But is the Oregon study
Vaccines have been proven to prevent COVID-19. Researchers may have found another preventative. A new study has found that certain cannabis extracts may actually stop the coronavirus from infecting human cells. CBS 2's Dr. Max Gomez tells us how this works.
Researchers have known for some time that marijuana and its relative, the hemp plant, contain dozens of biologically active compounds, most of which are not psychoactive or controlled like THC. Now, two of these non-psychoactive compounds, CBGA and CBDA, may turn out to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. That comes from a just published study from Oregon State University and Oregon Health and Sciences University and the respected Journal of Natural
Does cannabis
Products.
prevent COVID? A recent study identified that two compounds commonly found in hemp, cannabidiolic acid and cannabidiolic acid, could bind to the coronavirus and possibly block a crucial stage in how it infects people. Both compounds appeared to hinder the virus's ability to infect human cells in laboratory tests, the researchers found, after testing alpha and beta variants of the coronavirus. While social media had a field day with the news, the authors of the study did not actually claim that weed can fight the virus. Here's a little background on how this came about. Since finding candidates for possible drugs and treatments can be an expensive and time-consuming process, researchers speed things up by testing a large number of known compounds to see if they produce a biological or chemical response in line with what might be expected in a drug treating the condition they are trying to find treatment for. Positive responses at this stage, like the cannabis compounds, are but the first of many filters the compounds must pass, and, assuming all goes well, an approved drug could still be more than a decade away. We spoke with Dr. Michael Sodergren, who heads Imperial College London's Medical Cannabis Research Group, and he told Forbes the results were interesting, but cautioned the findings would need to be confirmed in animal models and tested on humans in clinical trials.
On COVID, there are signs Omicron is fading, COVID infections declining across the U.S., while deaths continue to rise, and there is plenty of COVID to go around. In fact, we've continued to see different lab studies deal with learning about this evolving and mutating virus. There's a new one raising lots of interest, 33 scientists finding that CBD could prevent COVID from replicating in the human body. They observed real-life patients who were already taking CBD, which is associated with marijuana, to treat epilepsy, in addition to lab testing. The experts say a clinical trial would now be needed to draw any definitive conclusions, and this is a study about learning what's working. It is not advice about what to imbibe or take to fight COVID.
And heart palpitations continue to plague Australians long after recovering from coronavirus. But now researchers are looking into the potential benefits of medicinal cannabis in fighting long COVID. Vicky Jardim has the story.
This is Andrew Vass in the prime of his life, a beautiful family working and holidaying overseas. But that changed dramatically after catching COVID in London, the crippling symptoms lasting for months after the initial positive test.
Mentally, I was unable to think clearly. I couldn't pronounce multi-syllable words. Physically, I suffered everything from asthma attacks, heart palpitations, fatigue was the most debilitating.
The World Health Organization describes long COVID as typically occurring 3 months after the infection and lasting for more than 2 months. Time, traditional medicine and plenty of medical appointments helped with some of Andrew's symptoms. Medicinal cannabis prescribed by doctors, reducing fatigue and insomnia.
For me, it was a really significant turning point in my treatment, and not just physically, but also mentally.
Now, medicinal cannabis company Bod Australia has been given approval by British regulators to test its product for its potential to treat long COVID.
CBD-dominant medicinal cannabis worldwide has been trialled in cases with patients with insomnia, mental health issues, anxiety and chronic pain.
The study could pave the way for larger randomised trials overseas and here in Australia, leading to more treatment options for people with a chronic condition.